there, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I have for you a haul stroke review video of the latest Sue Wilson die release, and I also have some other items that I ordered at the same time from Creative Expressions that I thought I'd share with you as well. But so first of all, I'm going to start off with the new Sue Wilson release, and as always I haven't got every single die in the latest release. I've just got a nice selection to share with you. If you want to see the whole collection, what I will do is I'll put the PDF of the whole collection on the blog post that goes with this video. So if you're on YouTube, just go to the paragraph below the video and it says show more. Click on that and it will open up the paragraph, and you'll see there a link under the heading corresponding blog post. Just click on that and it will take you to the blog post, and on the blog post I will put the PDF for you with the dies and the stamps of the whole collection. I will also put at the bottom under my signature links to the products that I'm showing you in this haul video as well, so if you're interested that will show you where you can actually purchase from. Okay, so let's get on with looking at these dies. So the first thing that I've got to show you in this collection is the new Noble dies that have been launched, and these are octagon shapes, which is really fun. We had the hexagons. The octagons are different, obviously the number of sides, but they are different in that on your hexagons the points of the die were on your north, south, east, west, whereas on these you've got flat sides there, which I think gives you quite a different scope and stuff that you can do with it because of the way that that will sit. So I think that will be quite interesting. So in these I've got all of these ones. So in this you've got your Noble Collection double stitched octagon, and that's the other thing, these are stitched. So you can see there you've got the stitched lines, and on the back here you can see that what you've got is your die line in the center there, and then you've got stitching on both sides of that line. So if you use the inner piece and keep your little octagon as an octagon shape, then you'll have your stitching around the outside of it. If you cut out an aperture, so you get rid of the inner piece and you keep the outer piece, you'll have a stitch line on that edge as well, so that's really helpful. And this is what's done on all of her double stitch, both the pierced ones and the stitched ones. These is how they operate, are designed, and I think that really works really well. So on this you've got 18 dies, so you've got absolutely loads of them, from really wee, sort of probably about, what is that, let's have a look. It's got the wrong end. Yeah, it's about an inch and a quarter, I would say, to 7 3/4 approximately. This is only rough, but that's a good range of sizes in that, so that's that one. Then we've got two decorative Noble octagon shapes. We've got our lavish accented octagon, and we've got classic adorned. So this is your classic, and I absolutely love it. I love bubbles. You know, I like my kind of lacy lattice work, but I also really love bubbles. So this really appeals to me on both counts, because you've got this lovely lacy latticey effect and the bubbles. So you've got on this 10 dies. So you've got here a lovely inner piece. You've got an octagon. Then you've got your bubble section. Then another lined, just octagon even, still saying oxygen, and then we've got another decorative one, then we've got a straight line, and then we've got another bubble thin one, and then we've got an external one as well. So again, this is in centimeters. It says it's 19 by 19, if that helps. I don't really work in centimeters. So that, again, that comes out at about 7 3/4, 7.5, 7 3/4, something like that. It's only rough, but it gives you an idea. So that's that one, and I think that's really pretty. And then this is a really nice one, I think generally, but also we're coming up to Valentine's, so you've got the hearts here. I think that would work at any time of year, especially because it's actually quite subtle, but obviously at with Valentine cards, it's always nice to have something extra, and I think this would make a really nice effect, just a nice sort of background on that as well. So this one's also got 10 dies. So on this one, it's slightly different. If you look here, well, actually it isn't slightly, well, it is and it isn't. I actually didn't, I thought that was a whole piece there, but actually this one has got a line here and then that bit and then the other. I thought that was one whole chunk, but this one's the same then, but the center of this is decorative, whereas the other one had a flat piece. And then you've got your straight line for your octagon, then you've got another decorative element, and all the way out, decorative line, decorative line, decorative line, decorative line to the very edge here. And it's just really pretty. And if you've ever used Sue's dies, you know that the quality is top notch. Okay, so then I've got some dies from the frames and tags category. So I've got 3 here, and these are really gorgeous. You've got Heather, Michelle and Sophia. Again, there was more. I didn't get them all. This is just a little selection. I tried to get something from each sort of category, but I think I have actually, I mean, I don't always 100% get that, but I try. So this first one is Heather. It's got 3 dies and it's really pretty. I think this one, when you see the examples that are on that PDF that I told you to go and look at on my, I didn't tell you to look at, I suggested you might want to look at on the blog post, you'll see some examples. And that's the other thing, also go on to Sue's website as well. She has loads of cards that she's made with all these dies from this release. And again, I'll put a link to that on that blog post as well for you. But as I was saying, this one, when you see it and the things that can be done with it, it was like, oh wow, this is amazing. So again, you've got an external sort of single line, then you've got a decorative element, and then you've got a single cut die there in the middle, just to be able to give you either an aperture, or you remove that and you have a solid piece of card in the middle. So that's your Heather die. So then we've got Michelle. Again, I thought this one really spoke to me when I saw the examples. I really liked it. I liked it when I saw it here, but even more so when I saw the examples. So again, this one has 4 dies, and you've got your outside die, you've got a decorative piece here, then you've got a sort of single line die there, and then you've got a decorative center, which is really nice because that means that you can remove that center decorative element or leave it in. You could cut that on its own as a piece to use on its own, or to raise up. I mean, there's just so many possibilities by doing it that way. And so that is Michelle. And then finally, on this bit we have Sophia. Now this one actually will work with your octagons. You can see here you've got the octagon shape in the middle there, so that on its own will work. But this piece here will also fit in. So this one has 6 dies. So again, we've got the external die, the decorative die, straight line die, decorative, straight line, and a lovely little dotty accent piece, which is going to be really nice in the middle. It's not going to cut that out, but what it will do is add that extra decorative element to that piece in the middle. Just a really nice little extra. So that's Sophia. Then another one in the frames and tags category, and there were quite a few. There was about, I think, 4 that were like this, and the reason I sort of kept it separate was because to me they're almost a different sort of part of that category. They're all this kind of scene almost, I guess you'd call it. And so although it is a frame, it sort of felt different to the other frames and tags, so I thought I would just do this one separate. And as I said, there were others. There was like a birthday present one with all stack of presents and stuff. So there was one with wine. I can't remember. There was another one as well. But again, look at the PDF that I'll put on the blog post and you'll see all of that and the examples. Now the example that was made using this die was absolutely stunning. So this is got 3 dies. You've got your external piece, which allows you not only to cut it out of something but also to create like a back piece to it as well, so you can cut that out on its own on a separate piece of card to create a piece of card to sit behind your decorative piece. So that's a really nice effect, and obviously that applies to all of those there. And then obviously you've got this beautiful scene here with the bird and the flowers and everything, and then you've got your sentiment. Now don't think because it says Mother's Day that this only applies for Mother's Day. The sentiment is separate, it's a separate die, so it's just a nice sentiment. You don't have to use it. This could be used as a get well, a birthday, all sorts of things, congratulations, so many different occasions that you could use something that's flowers and butterflies. To be honest, it's almost a universal theme, isn't it? And Mother's Day is just one of those, and it's just really kind of cute to have that sentiment die, but don't think that it's exclusively the whole thing for Mother's Day. So that is that one. Oh, and just to say the size, if you're into centimeters, it is 12.9 by 10.3, but if you're an inches girl, it's just over 5 and about 5 1/4 by say 4 1/4. That is very rough all the time, just don't take me 100% to that. It's just a rough guide for you. So that's that one, and I'm looking forward to using that, as I say. So next I have one of the die sets from the Finishing Touches category, and I don't often get the flowers, to be honest. I'm not massively into die cutting flowers and putting them on the card. I tend to use paper flowers that I've got pre-made, but I really liked the look of this. Now the examples I think showed these pretty much just cut as they are, but I was pretty sure I saw one where it was really crumpled up into a lovely 3D flower, and I thought that was so pretty because of the little edges as well. And I was thinking as well that this, I don't know, it's not been said anywhere and I've not tried it, but I wondered if the foam rayon, or however you say it, would work with this quite nicely as well for these flowers. So I thought that might be quite fun. And this, by the way, sorry, is your passion flower, and you've got 23 dies in here, and you've got all these beautiful little ones here that you can use just to dot around as individual tiny flowers, or you could layer them up. And again, these ones will layer up on each other as well. And then you've got your leaves as well here. So it's really, really nice. And oh, on these flowers as well, by the way, you've got the external die and you've also got your center die. So you could not cut that center piece, which just is giving you some detail to that flower. You could ignore that and you could use this instead on the center of your flower and just cut around the outside using the outside die only, and then just stamping this. I can see this being really nice on vellum in white embossed, or just white ink on its own, and then cutting that out and just gently crumpling it up to create a really kind of soft looking flower. So this is your passion flower stamp, your stamps to die for, and then your passion flower die. I really liked this Gemini die. I mean, I always like the dies, but this one I really liked. I don't know why. I think again it was some of the uses and how it was done that I really liked. So this is called Crux, I think you would say it. And you can see here Gemini means basically you can do it in like 2 directions. So that's your Gemini, and you've got your centerpiece here, and what reason that you can create it in those 2 different formats, and obviously lots more than that, but on its most basic level, the reason you can do that is because the external cut line that cuts around the die, the sort of decorative element, is in 2 pieces. Really cute. I really like that. This is a I think this is a new category. I'm not even sure if it counts as a category. This is called your Circle Scenes collection, and this one is City Skyline. I don't know if there's been more. I can't remember. I don't think I've got any in the I know this was the only one in this launch, but I don't know if there's been some before. I'm assuming that there'll be some more to come, since it's called a collection, so I'm assuming there may be more in the future. But as I say, this is your City Skyline. This actually consists of 5 dies. So you've got your circle, your little baby circle for your moon, and then you've got 3 skylines. So again, they're all separate, so you can choose whether you even use them as this. You could use them completely independent of the circle. Is this a Chantilly lace? It's from the Configurations collection. Now your Configurations collection is basically, there's all different dies here and so many opportunities, so literally you can configure it in so many different ways because of the different dies that you've got here. It just gives you so many options. So you've got here, look, different examples of the things that you could do, and that's probably not even scratching the surface. So this one consists of 3 dies only, believe it or not. It looks like so much more when you see all those different options, and I think that's the point. So then the other thing that Sue did this time, which she's done sentiments before and I really like them, as I told you I think last collection, I've really got into die cut sentiments lately, and I was enjoying some of the Sue's, and I've also been enjoying Phil Martin's. But this time Sue did some really cute, quite much smaller, I would say, than I've seen her do before, but maybe that's me. I don't know. I just feel like they're smaller. But anyway, these are a whole set. I haven't got every single one either, believe it or not. So these are single dies. So you can see, again, let's do this in inches for you. This is Get Well, and it's about, gosh, 2 1/4 by an inch tops, maybe even only 3/4 of an inch, to be honest. In centimeters, it's 5.8 by 2.2. Yes, it's not quite an inch, because 2.2, it should be 2.5 something for an inch. So it's not a big sentiment, so it's nice. You've got some larger ones in the collection that Sue's done, but these are just slightly smaller, and I think that's really nice. And I love the font. I love how it's almost like a calligraphy pen. Really nice. So that's Get Well. Then we've got Thank You, Congratulations, which obviously is a bit longer. That's 9.5 centimeters, which is, gosh, about 4 inches roughly. So that's your Congratulations. That's so nice. And then Happy Birthday. And it's 1 die, but it will cut out as 2 words. I'm just looking at it's each word is connected, each letter is connected to the other, so each word will cut out as 1, but this Happy Birthday will cut out as 2 words, which again I think is really helpful, because you can do it as 1 line, or you can put them underneath each other. You could just do the happy on its own. You could then stamp the birthday underneath, so you could do happy and then birthday in stamped, maybe that would fit side to side, or do the birthday and stamp the happy, or you might have a different sentiment. You might die sentiment that you could cut out. So you've got different options there. And then this one, which is Just Wanted to Say, I thought that was really nice. Actually, I thought it worked really well with all of these. Just Wanted to Say Happy Birthday, and the way that you could set them up I think would work really well. And that's that one. And then these little dots are separate, so this is 2 dies in there, but otherwise it's 1 sentiment, but all 4 are separate words. So again, you can lay those out how you want to. And so I thought those were really nice. Now I think there was hello stroke hi, oh, Miss You, and I'm not sure if there was any more. As I say, this is the Sue collection for this month. I'm now going to go on from this to other items that I ordered from Creative Creative Expressions, including Phil Martin, some stamps, some lovely texture paste, inks, and some new things that have come out from Creative Expressions that I thought I would love to share with you as well. Okay, so first of all, I'm actually going to start off with some more Sue Wilson dies. These aren't from that launch, so I didn't want to put them with those dies there. This is from a previous launch, and I was watching Phil Martin and I saw him using these and I was like, oh my goodness, I love those, I want to try using those. And then I realized I didn't have them, which is a miracle considering how many of her dies I do have. So this is your Finishing Touches Delicate Daisies Complete Petals. There's also one that is I don't know what they call it, like hollow anyway, and you just get the outside edge, which is a really nice effect as well. This has 8 dies, by the way, so that's that, and you've got all different sizes, so I think that's really cute. And then this is Finishing Touches Delicate Fronds, and again I just thought this was so nice and I loved the look of what was being achieved with these. And what certainly did happen a lot was being chopped up into lots of different pieces, which I thought was great. So this is just 2 dies, just inverted commas. So that's the last of the Sue Wilson now, and then I've got a Phil Martin die for you. So I started, as you know, last time I'd got a couple of Phil Martin dies. I don't think he's been doing it very long with the dies. I think he's been doing stamps and all the other stuff for a while, but I think the dies are relatively new. And I loved, when I did the baby card just recently, the Sue Wilson baby card, I used the Phil Martin sentiment for a new baby and I loved it. I mean, I know it's going to be great quality because it's the same maker and manufacturer as the Sue Wilson. I really liked how it turned out. I thought it worked really, really nicely. I thought it looked really nice. And I thought, I saw this and I thought, this is such a useful die and you don't get something like this very often. And if, for example, you go down to craft fairs, you could take something like this, and he's also got ones that have got sort of aunt, uncle, mum, dad and all that kind of thing. And you could take those as well. You could take your little baby platinum or cuttlebug or whatever you've got. You can take a small machine that you just hand crank, so you don't have to worry about power, and then you can personalize the cards. I used to do it with stickers and stuff, you know, like peel off stickers, because I didn't have something like this. But imagine something like that. You could just take some white card and some markers, so you could colour it in so it would match the card they picked, or you could take a selection of coloured card. I mean, there's so many options, but even just using it in your own craft space at home on cards that you make is just a really helpful one. And I love the amount of numbers that you get with this, and also these lovely little squiggy bits. So this is 13 dies. So then I've got some embossing folders. Now this one isn't a new design, but I've been wanting this for ages and it's just not been in stock. And this is Raindrops. I've seen this used on a lot of different cards in the examples, and each time I'm like, I really love this. And I guess that's why it keeps selling out, because other people are seeing the same thing and whipping along and buying it. And then these are some new embossing folders. They've just been launched. So you've got here beautiful shimmering stars, and then I've got this gorgeous heartstrings. I just thought this was so nice. And then finally on the embossing folders I have got infinity loops, and again I just thought this was great. Next I have some stamps. Now this one I think is, no, it's not this one. This one is by Lisa Horton, and I just thought this was really nice. It's called Silhouette Garden. So really kind of grungy, kind of vintage feel to it. And it's clear stamps. Decent size as well, actually. I didn't sort of get that from the front at all. So really good size stamps. I mean, so this is also Lisa Horton. And this is Faded Fauna Borders. I just thought that was really fun. I felt like this could be, imagine that on the side, you stamp it and emboss it in gold. I just can see different things working on this, just creating silhouettes with it. So that's that one. Again, I just thought it was really nice, just something different. And then I've got Beautiful Wings. I'm not massively into butterflies, but I just thought this was quite nice. It wasn't too like super girly. Yeah, I am quite girly, but I don't know, butterflies are always a bit kind of, ooh, princessy, you know, I don't know, just kind of, and this one I kind of like this more sort of grungy, shabby chic feel to it. This is also Lisa Horton, and again, good size, they're not tiddly. I mean, you're not massive, but they're not tiddly. And then we have a sentiment set, again, Lisa Horton again. And this one is called Zentangled Birthday. So basically you've got your sentiments, you can mix and match the words however you want. And obviously you've got different, like that's a candle, then there's an and. So you've got different elements there. And again, they're quite a decent size. And what's fun, I think, is the Zentangle, because you can really have fun colouring that in, I think, and making it quite a funky sentiment. And then another sentiment set from Lisa Horton. This one is called Stylish Script. Really pretty, lots of different sentiments on there. And again, good size. And this is not Lisa Horton as far as I know, it doesn't say. And again, I really like this. You've got these sort of hollow bits to it, so you can colour those in as well, which is kind of fun. And again, they're not tiny, they're a good size. And then I've got a couple of stamp sets from Phil Martin. I've got this lovely one, it's Scribbled Corner Sentiments Every Day. And I love the fact that it goes around the corner, and I was watching this being done on the hexagon, so I'm assuming that it would work just as well on the corners on the octagon as well. So where the octagon sort of, or hexagon went like that, sort of round its shape, he went up and round, and so I thought that was kind of cool idea actually. And again, nice size, not massively ridiculously huge. So this is Lavish Leaves Birthday Sentiments. Again, with this and like the corner ones, there's all different sort of styles. This one has another set of sentiments in this style, and the corner ones have lots of different style fonts and things in corners, and also like the scribbled sentiments, there's lots of sort of straight sentiments sort of straight across in the scribbled style. So if you like the style but don't want it in the corners, then you can get them in normal sentiments as well. So it's definitely worth taking a look. So this one is a mix and match, so you can take which sentiment section to go with what. So they're all individual words, so so lots of different things you can do. And as I said, there was another one that was sort of for more different sentiments like weddings and stuff. So this and that together would make a really good extensive combination that you could mix and match the two together as well. So definitely worth looking at that. Okay, so first of all, we'll just show you some new cardstock. Well, I'm saying new, I'm not sure if it's actually new, but it's new colours to me. We've got here lime, then these are 220 GSM, and then we've got royal blue, merlot, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? In fact, they're all gorgeous. And then chestnut. I don't know why I put them all upside down. So I think those are really nice. I thought it was quite nice to get some stronger colours, and I just thought they were really nice colours. Okay, so then the other thing, sort of more boring stuff, was I got some of the flake and glitter glue. Now it does come in the larger size, like I got here for my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue here. It comes in that size as well, so if you know you use it a lot, then you might want to get the bigger size. I haven't used this one before, so I thought I'd get the smaller one, see what I thought, and it's not something I use massively, so I thought it's worth that. I also did buy one of these as well because that had to run out, and it lasts a long time even for me, and I use it a lot, as you can imagine. Then I saw on the site that there was some new distress crayons, certainly new to them, that I hadn't seen anyway, in these gorgeous metallic colours. So you've got bronze, pewter and brass, and I just thought that's going to be really nice. So look, you've got, for example, that beautiful. So then I have got some flakes. I have no flakes, believe it or not. So we have here these beautiful gold gilding flakes. So we've got golden jewels. copper kettle, and silver moon. Now Creative Expressions have a lot of different colours in these. I went for the basic 3 colours, you know, your gold, your copper, silver, but you have lots of mixes and stuff as well, so there's lots of options. And I really like these. This one I just adore. I'm not going to open it because it will just fly everywhere, as you can see it already is. So then I got some more pixie powders. Now obviously again I can't open these and show you, but what he suggested was the white pearl is like the one that you really must have, because it's sort of something that will take the colour down. So if you put your colour on and it's just like whoa, you can just put this over the top and it will really sort of just take it down the level. And I thought, well, maybe that's sort of applies also with your Midnight Sky, which is kind of a mixer one as well, and it would kind of lift, it would darken it rather than lighten it, but the effect would be the same but opposite, if that makes sense. And then I thought that, well, the silver and the copper, I didn't have anything sort of metallic. I had a yellow that I think will do okay for gold sort of tones, so I thought I'd see how I get on with that. But those I thought were great. This firework burst, I just thought it looked really fun actually, having all the different colours. I'm sure again as you puff it you could probably collect them up and make your own little mix. Then Aqua Lagoon, I mean, can you believe I didn't have that colour? I mean, crazy. And then red. So then to the new things that have just come out. So first of all, we've got these gorgeous, I don't know what they're called. Let's have a look at the proper names. Now there's a lot of colours. I just ordered 2 so I could see what I thought of them. These are called Colourful Crystal Tints. So let me tell you what it says on the side. By the way, let me tell you the colour. This colour is Pink Topaz, and this one is Pure Amethyst. So it says crystal tints are translucent coloured crystal lacquer that can be used over acetate to create stained glass effect. Crystal tints can also be used to create colourful effects on porous or non-porous craft projects. So I think things like your texture pastes and paints and all sorts of things you could use it with. But when it said about on acetate for like stained glass effects, it made me think of the Sue Wilson stained glass dies that have just come out in the last couple of collections. There were some in this collection, this launch as well, and I didn't actually get them. There was like a hot air balloon, and then there was also another one with a little sailboat, and I didn't get those, but there's others in that set that I got the time before as well, and I just thought, how cool would that be to use these on with those dies? You'd obviously need a few more colours than just 2, but as I say, I just wanted to see them and see what I thought. But I think the colours look gorgeous, and you can kind of see through it, you know, you can see that it's that clear look. So I think that's going to be quite fun to play with. So then I got these again new items called granite paste. So as far as I can tell, this is like texture paste but with grit, and they've called it granite because there's also a grit paste, which is a finer version of it, and you can really see there's like a shimmer, I'm hoping you can see it anyway, going through it. And this one is Venetian gold, and this one is Bianco silver. There were a good number of colours again, and I just sort of randomly picked a couple that I thought, well, they're kind of different, and so we could hopefully see. So you've got here, you can see like a pearly shimmer going on. You can hear the grit as well. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? And you can really see it's very gritty, and obviously you could really pat that up and make it more so. I mean, it's not ideal on a piece of tissue, but you can see how, or you could see how that's got a real shine and pearlescence through it. It's got, obviously, it looks to me anyway like it's got mica in there as well as like the gritty bits, and it's the mica that's giving it that shimmer, and it's really nice. Let me just wipe that spatula. So that one was your Bianco something, Bianco silver, and this one is my Venetian gold. So this is your granite paste, but I know I'm just saying that again because there is, as I say, as a a grit one as well, so just want to make sure that we've got the right one being. So that's your gold. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So that's those two, and as I say, there was a number of colours on this one. This is your grit paste, and it says you can apply it with spatula, brush or sponge. Smooth it over the craft project in one direction. Should paint come into contact with eyes, oh, blah blah blah, you don't need that. So this is grit paste. Now, to be honest, you can't almost see the grit in it because it's very fine. But that's the point, it's grit, not granite, as it were, but you can hear it. You hear that? But I think the point is that when you work with it, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna give it some body as well, so that you can create texture with it, because it's got the grit in there, so that'll create body to your texture paste. Oh, it does smell nice, I have to say. So you can see there, it's really got some structure to it. So you can get something similar with normal texture paste, but I think this is a little bit more spiky, where it can really stick up, because, and it will set like that. And then obviously you could add colour to it. I'm assuming you could add your inks to it, and possibly even these, I don't know, you could certainly be tried. Just do it with a little bit, not the whole pot. You're not wasting it, and things like that. And obviously you can paint over it, ink over it, and all of that, and to create some really good effects. So then I've got some new, I guess I would call them texture paste, but these are called Ultra Sparkle Paste, but I think they're basically texture paste. And again, there's a number of colours. I just got 3 here, just so I could try them, see what I thought. I wanted to see how they were different to normal sparkle texture paste. And I think, in all honesty, you can see it's really sparkly. They're beautiful. So what did I do with my spatula? There it is. Let's have a little play, make sure that's clean. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And then, oh my god, oh wow, 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 wow. I don't want to waste that now. I'm like, no, put it back. So that's, and you can spread it out thinner as well, look, which is really nice. So you can use it as a more texture paste, or you can use it almost like a paint over the top of something, I guess. So this particular colour is called Silver Chrome. And then we've got here Frosty Sparkle. And to be honest, you're struggling to see that one. So then let's, oh gosh, I thought it was going to be harder because the surface looks so smooth. So then we've got that one, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to have to, it's actually really sparkly, but I think the light is just white. It's not a good colour on camera, to be honest, so you're not really picking that up too good. And then finally, of course, I went for an aqua colour, and this one is called Ocean Spray. Oh, beautiful. And then just pop that down here. It looks to me like on camera, and it may be different when I see it on the computer, of course, but here it looks almost much bluer than it does there. It looks much softer. It's a much more turquoisey blue than I'm seeing. And then to finish, I have got holographic glitter bits, it's called, and again there's a number of colours, and I just picked a selection, but OMG, and they look like they might be similar, don't they? But when you see them, they are so not. So this one is Mermaid Purple. I mean, the sparkle is insane, isn't it? Now the reason it gets that is because obviously it's got the holographic in it, which obviously gives a great sparkle. But if you take a look at the lid where you've got it spread out a bit more, what you can see is there are different sizes of glitter. So you've got the very fine glitter, and then you've got the sort of smaller flat pieces, and then you've got the much larger flat pieces, and probably lots of stuff in between. And it's the different sizes that really allow it to sparkle, because the light catches each one in a different way, and it just really hits it and sparkles differently. So this is just absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got these three. Now here they look very similar, but we've got Sea Spray, Silver Gem, whoops, and Lilac Shine. And I think what you'll see is the colours, yes, they are similar, but they've got a slightly different hue to them. So this is my Sea Spray, so you can see it's got a slight blue aqua tone to it. This one is Silver, so you can see again, you can just see it's a very slightly different tone. That's more bluey, and that's silvery. And then my Lilac Shine, you can definitely see now. I think when you put the three together you can really see it. So you've got those three, and so it's just a very subtle difference, but it does make a difference when you put it on different things. The difference is, although subtle, do show, and I think so pretty. So I am definitely in love with this glitter. I think it's absolutely stunning. In fact, I really like all the new stuff. I think it looks really interesting, and I can't wait to use it. I really like the texture paste, the new Ultra Sparkle texture paste as well, and I'm really liking the granite and the grit paste. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using these. I think this is a really good addition to the collection from Creative Expressions Cosmic Shimmer. So as I say, with all of these, this is just a very small sampling of the colours that are available. I just picked a couple because I'd not seen them in real life, and they were literally just gone up onto the website, and I thought, right, let's try them, let's have a look. The grit paste is only in that one colour, but the other items come in different colours. So it's definitely worth taking a look. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at all this absolutely gorgeous stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed. I'd love to hear your comments about what you think of them from what you can see. Don't forget, as I've been saying all the way through, to go to the blog post. If you're on YouTube, it's on the paragraph below the video, blah blah blah. I would love to see you over there as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.